What's up, everybody? This is Terrence Warren, aka Cisco Tutor Guy, and I've been on the fence about that lately because it doesn't suit me. I don't think, and the reason why I think that is because it's been a few years since I've even worked with Cisco. I've been more into the cybersecurity area. So I've been more of a security analyst, and I haven't been working with Cisco. I think the last time I worked with Cisco equipment was back in 2021. So I'm on the fence about keeping that name. But anyway, let's put a pin in it and come back to it. So right now, I want to step away from my CCNA lab series that I was doing, and let's do some email header analysis. And this is prompt because I got a job offer, and it turned out to be a scam. But I want to show you what I found and what I did when I was going through it. So anyway, let's go into the email that I got. So in this email, I was reached out by this company called Blue Mantis. This is the email that they sent. So let's go into the email, and it's saying thank you for applying for Blue Mantis. I really didn't even remember applying to Blue Mantis. I applied to so many jobs, like maybe 100 in a week. So I wasn't really familiar with it. But the email reads, "Thank you for applying to Blue Mantis. Your application for the security analyst position." I mean, it sounds like a position that I would have applied for. "Your application for the security analyst remote position stood out to us, and we would like to invite you to an interview to get to know you a bit better. The interview will last some minutes, and you'll have the chance to discuss more about the positions and learn more about our company. Would you be available on Tuesday, December 17th, 2024, 10 a.m.? Look forward to hearing from you. All the best." Now, at the time, 10 o'clock was not a good time for me. I was going to be engaged in something at 10. So I wanted to say, well, I responded and I said, well, can we make it 12? But I never heard anything back. So I was looking for a way to contact them so that I could change the time. And if you notice, and this was my first red flag, there are no numbers. And this, the heading up here, Fred dot 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 at bluemantiscareers.com, is the only place you see his name, not in the letter. Fred Phoenix. So my first red flag was that there are no phone numbers. My second red flag is usually I like to go on LinkedIn and do my research about the company. I like to go to the website. I went on LinkedIn, and though I found the company, I couldn't find this person in the company. So let's go on to the next response. So that's my response. I'm not available at the time at 10. 12 would be better, but I never got a response. So, but anyway, what happened at 10 o'clock was instead of me getting a call, they emailed me a questionnaire. I thought that was weird. That was my second red flag, or third. Anyway, let's count red flags. So first, there were no phone numbers. Second, his name is not in the letter. Okay, so my third red flag was that they emailed me a questionnaire with the interview questions. And I thought that was weird because if that's what you're going to do, how do you know that an individual won't just Google the answers? How do you know that a person genuinely knows this stuff if you're only sending a questionnaire? So that was my third red flag. So far, I haven't talked to anyone. I have not spoken verbally with anyone yet. So I did the questionnaire, and I sent it back. So when they responded back after my questionnaire, they let me know that they got it and they were reviewing it and they would have an answer within a couple hours. See, if you read down here in the bottom somewhere, it says we will give you a response today. So later, I get this response: "Hello, we appreciate your interest in this position and for the time and effort you dedicated to the interview process." What interview process? I didn't interview. The decision was challenging due to the high caliber of candidates we encountered during the process. While we were impressed, we believe that your knowledge, skills, and expertise would be an ideal fit for our creative team and make a significant contribution to the company's growth. Congratulations. I am glad to inform you that due to your level of experience and your working skill, the company has decided to hire you. On behalf of the company, I congratulate you. You are now offered an opportunity to be a part of the Blue Mantis team. So I'm kind of excited, but at the same time, I still have three red flags. I'm like, is this real? Because I didn't do an interview. I haven't spoken to anyone. I can't even call this company. There are no links in the email leading to the company's website. All right. So let's read further. Position of security analyst. Pay. We are starting you at $85 per hour, and you will receive your pay semi-monthly. The paydays are the 15th or the last working day of each month. And the last working day of each month via wire transfer. Never heard of that. Direct deposit or check, depending on which you prefer. I don't know anyone who still receives a check when they get paid. I thought everything was direct deposit. But anyway, here was the next red flag. We are going to be communicating virtually till after 5 days of working with us. Subsequently, a user ID and password will be given to you, including a link to the company server and a list of contact numbers for various departments will be sent to you, including a necessary forms to fill out. It doesn't talk about any of the necessary forms. It's being vague. Second, or not the second, but above all, the $85 an hour, though that's very good, that's a really good salary. I haven't spoke to anyone. There has been no interaction at all, and yet they're offering $85 an hour, not having spoke to me. You know, they don't really know if I know anything, and yet you're offering $85 an hour. So that was my next red flag. Also, there's no offer letter. They're just telling me I'm gonna get one. They're telling me what time, and they're saying before you start work, you will receive a payment check, which will be used to set up your workspace by purchasing the office equipment and software needed to start your training and work. Okay, so that was it. You know, that was when I just dismissed the whole thing. I'm like, okay, this is not real because they're offering to send me a check, and I haven't even started work. They don't know anything. They haven't talked to me, and they're offering to send me a check to buy my office supplies. What companies do that? Name a company that you've never worked for or spoken to anyone that in the organization, and they're willing to do that. So right after that, I knew this was not real. But again, I want to continue investigating this email because right now it's a phishing email. I've already determined that this is a phishing email because you see they're asking for my personal information, my PII, my personal identifying information. They're asking for my name, my home address, my phone number, my email. They're asking me for my personal information without having spoke to me. But if they really had my resume, they would already know this information, which lets me know they don't. So I wanted to investigate the headers. So if we go, let's see, is it up here? Uh, where's it over here? So if we go to the original and we can display the headers, right? And what we want to do is we want to look at, we want to make, you see where it was delivered to me, it was received by me, right? Now remember, the company is Blue Mantis. I've Googled the company in Glassdoor, LinkedIn, and I found that it's a reputable company. But the guy's name was Fred Phoenix. And when I looked at the people within the company, I never found his name. Also, they've been writing me from Blue Mantis Careers, but the website is Blue Mantis. And Blue Mantis Careers is not a subdomain of Blue Mantis, because if it was, it would be bluemantis.com/careers or bluemantis.com.careers or something of that nature. But here we have a whole nother domain. And I said whole nother, like you see the country boys coming out of me. I'm really a country boy. But let me rephrase that. It's a whole different domain. There's bluemantis.com, there's bluemantiscareers.com. So that's another red flag. So we at like maybe 5 or 6 red flags already. So we want to see who it was delivered, who sent it. So we're looking for the return path. Again, it's Fred Phoenix at Blue Mantis Careers, right? Right in here, you see bluemantiscareers.com. Received from, and they're using the Google mail server, so that might be legit. But again, bluemantis.com and bluemantiscareers.com don't match. So I continue to scroll through the headers, and after I look through the headers, I'm aware of this tool that will also investigate headers. So what I do is we're gonna copy all of this, right? Take all this information that we just copied in the headers and put it into an email header analyzer. I googled one email header analyzer. This one is called MX Toolbox, right? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paste the headers in here, and then we're gonna analyze it. And immediately you see there's 4 red marks. So I was right. The DKIM did authenticate it, so they are using the Google Mail server, and that's legit. But everything else is suspect. So if we go down into the output, it tells us what's suspect, what's wrong, like the DKM signature, it failed to authenticate. And as we scroll down, we just look at all the headers, everything in the output. But that one right there confirmed my suspicion. So I learned enough from this to determine that this was a phishing email and it was not legit. But what they were doing was asking for my personal information. So this was spoofed. Because if we go to LinkedIn, no, let's go to the Blue Mantis website, right? Blue Mantis. So we're at the Blue Mantis website. Now, if we go to careers, right here, do you see that it says bluemantis.com/careers? That's a subdomain. But what we have is bluemantiscareers.com. So let's do this. Let's try to go to that domain. And let's see what we get. And just by how long it's spinning lets me know that it's having trouble finding that domain. And there we go. It doesn't exist, which furthermore reinforces the fact that this was a fake website and they spoofed this web address or website and created this to try to scam someone. So with that being said, I have determined that this was a scam phishing email. So when you receive stuff like this what you do is you can use the MX tool email header analyzer to analyze the headers on the email, but also look for those red flags. One red flag is that they were too vague. There are no phone numbers in any of the correspondence that they sent. I haven't spoken to anyone verbally or interacted with anyone, not even virtually, and yet they were willing or claiming to allegedly pay $85 an hour, having not met me, seen me, talked to me, or anything. So, this has been Cisco Tutor Guy public service announcement. Not just kidding. But those are the things you want to look for when you get these type of emails. But when in doubt, use the email headers and be on your game. All right. And I'll see you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.